Hello friends, I am Dr. Madhukar Jadhav. In previous lecture, we have started the introductory part of global positioning system. In that, we have studied regarding introduction of GPS and the different GPS technologies which are developed by the American Defense Agency. In this lecture, we are going to study regarding various important segments of GIS, that is space segment, control segment and the user segment. So, in this sketch, this is the space segment, that is satellite. This is the control segments and we can say this is the user segment. So, when we want to get the information regarding the coordinates of any point, at least 3 to 4 satellites should be visible from that particular spot, then only we will get the data from that satellites which are orbiting in that different layers. So, space segment, control segment and the user segment. So, these three segments are working continuously and then we are getting the information which required from the GIS. So, first of all, space segment. It is an important segment since it comprises the orbiting GPS satellites or space vehicles in GPS parallel. Means different orbitals, whatever the different satellites which we have launched. The GPS design originally called as 24 space vehicles, 8 each in 3 circular orbit planes. However, it is modified to 6 planes with a 4 satellite in each of these planes, or we can say orbits. The orbital planes were centered on Earth and these planes are not rotating with respect to the distinct stars. These orbits are arranged in each a way that are at least 6 satellites always remain within the line of sight from almost everywhere on the surface of the Earth. Satellites are orbiting at an altitude of 20,200 km approximately with orbital radius of 26600 km. Second one is the control segment. Its main function is to control and synchronization of the highly accurate clock in the satellite. The determination of satellite orbit and the injection of such a data into the satellite for retransmission as a broadcast imperais. The track of satellite is well decided and the flight path of the satellite are tracked by US Air Force monitoring the station which is situated in the US country. The tracking information is sent to the Air Force Space Commands, or we can say master control stations, which is further operated by two-dimensional space operation squadron of United States Air Force. And third segment is the user segment. This is the segment in which GPS receivers are made of an antenna tuned to the frequencies transmitted by the satellites, receiver processors and a high stable clock. It also provides location and speed information on the display to the user. The number of channels signifies how many satellites the receivers can monitor simultaneously. Now, as in previous lecture we have seen, this is the user segment, this is the space segment and these are the control segments. Suppose we are traveling on the road and we want to know the distance, how much we have traveled from our station and how much time is required to reach that particular our destination, we can say. So if we operate our mobile and if we open the GPS, then immediately we will get the time within which we can reach to our destination. At the same time, we will get if there is any conjunction in between. So all these information can be received to the user from whatever this GPS technology which we are using. Next one, important role of, that is, space segment, control segment and the user segment. So in this slide we are going to study in short the role of these three segments. So what actually the space segment is doing? So space segment generates and transmits the codes, carrier phase and navigation messages. Here input is navigation message and output is P code, that is L1 and L2 are the P codes which carries the navigation messages. Then control segment, it provides GPS time, it predicts the immersives, it manages the space vehicle. Here input is the P code observations and time and output is the navigational messages. And finally the user segment, it gives the navigation solution, it also gives the surveying solutions. Here input code is the observation, carrier phase observation and navigation message, and output is the position, velocity and time corrections. Okay, so these are the we can say roles of these three segments. Next one, applications of this GIS technology. Due to the high accuracy, versatility and ease and economy of operation all over the world, this GPS technology can be used for so many applications. So these applications are as below. First one, establishment of high precision zero order geodetic national survey control network of GPS stations, strengthening, densification and readjustment of existing primary control network using GIS stations, connecting remote islands to mainland geodetic control networks, determination of precise geoids using GPS data, earth rotation and polar motion studies from GIS data, estimating gravity anomalies using GPS, marine geodesy, in that positioning of ocean stations, bios, etc. Next one, earthquake monitoring, crystal movement of the order of a few centimeter per year can be monitored using GIS methods, thus making GIS most suitable for monitoring continental drift, neotectonic and semi-tectonic movements, etc. Vertical control networks, in which high accuracy of few mm in heights achievable with GPS at much less cost and time compared to leveling, to make GIS methods most suitable for establishing low accuracy vertical control networks. Geophysical positioning, mineral exploration and mining are also uses of GPS. Survey control for topographical and crustal survey, GPS can be very accurately used. Ground control for photogrammetric control survey and mapping, GIS is very much useful. For offshore positioning, shipping, offshore platforms, fishing boat operations, this GPS plays very important role. So this is all about regarding different control segments in GPS and various applications of GIS as far as surveying is concerned, and other uses of GPS are concern. So, this is sufficient in this lecture. Thank you.